Alright, hello everyone, I am Kobaltski. Today I will be playing Rayman 3 Hoodlum Havoc for you on the PC. So I'll say let's just start. Or, yes. You start off with a 2-minute cutscene. So that is what you're gonna see right now. It's actually a 53-second auto-scroller and then a cutscene. This game is very broken, has a lot of glitches. So I will be showing it off, hopefully, without too many problems. This game has many platforms it was released on. It's a 20-year-old game. It was released on also platforms like the Xbox. I think it was the Xbox and also the GameCube, for example. If you're playing casually, you won't notice many differences. But if you're speedrunning, every platform has different glitches. The most popular for speedrunning is the GameCube version. But right now I'll be playing the PC version, which has different glitches that work. So, yeah, if you're familiar with the GameCube version, you will be seeing different glitches maybe. But if you're not familiar with this run at all, I will be showing off it anyways. So the story of this game is Rayman just got woken up from his sleep and his friends accidentally stole his hands. The game wants us to get our hands back, but we will be sequence breaking and we will be skipping our hands. Don't worry, at the end of the next level we will have our hands back. So right now we have like 50 seconds left, approximately, for some announcements, perhaps?
Suddenly, a black lum transforms the red lums into hoodlums.
No announcements, alright.
Here we go.
Then,
sorry. I got a small problem with my microphone. But yeah, I wanna remember everybody that here at BSG Online 8, we are raising money for MIND, which is a nationwide organization committed to prevent mental health issues and to support everyone who is dealing with mental issues themselves or within their family. All your donations will go to MIND, and well, you can type !MIND to get more information related to that, and also !donate to get the donation link for that, because also you can put your money towards different incentives that we have. For example, we have the Katamari Damacy Reroll Any Person No Boost category bid war, where you can choose remake or original. We're gonna be having that run later today, so you can be the first person to donate to any of these options. So what are you waiting for to do that? The time is running.
alright, the run is started. If you paid attention, I just did a super jump, which basically makes Rayman go high. It skips a small section of the run, or a small section of the level, which is nice. Also, I did not have a lot of room to fail there. If I fell down, I would have to climb back up, which loses time. And also would be too slow to skip a cutscene here. Thankfully, I did not fail, so we are saving a bit of time on that. I will have to do a roll here. Hopefully I can do it. My angle looks to be good. I am just doing something else wrong, I guess. Let's try a slightly different angle. This trick is not being very nice. Alright. Wow, okay, this is... yeah, this is kind of embarrassing. Rayman, can you come up for me, please? What is supposed to happen is Rayman going up just like that. There we go, there we go. So these are two tricks I just showed. A super jump at the beginning, also called an SJ, which is short for super jump, of course. This was a camera buffered roll, which makes Rayman roll into geometry and causing him to go up, allowing me to skip basically most of these levels. I just skipped my hands with that, but now we already have our hands back. That's just how this game works. Now this level will have many glitches in short succession of each other. We actually get floor skip, which is very nice. And another run, and hopefully I do not bonk here. Let's see. This was an extended super jump, which instead of pressing the camera button or the first person button once, I will keep mashing it, extending the super jump and getting even more height. So these are basically a lot of the glitches you will be seeing. The game is packed with them. And it makes for, in my opinion, a very cool and fun speedrun. I picked this game. This is the game I speedran first. And it's still the only game I speedrun. And I really picked it out because I love all of these glitches. I love executing them. It's really fun. Though it can also be so frustrating sometimes when the glitches do not work out. But that is part of the game, I guess. Here I do another roll here. And here I do a strafeless super jump. It's a little bit more setup required, but it makes me shoot straight up instead of with a slight angle. If you notice me doing a normal super jump, oh, that's not a bonk, that's a big bonk. I will have a slight arc to my trajectory. So yeah, this didn't have a straight arc because I did the strafeless. So right now we have a very important and big trick coming up. This tech has actually been discovered a few months ago in November last year. And it is kind of insane. It's a horizontal super jump. Instead of going up, I will shoot horizontally, very fast and very far. Hopefully, if I can pull it off. Let's see. So what makes it work is grabbing a ledge and then not jumping after grabbing the ledge. If I can get up here, I will need to get up onto this ledge first. There we go. So I want to grab right here, position myself and hopefully pull it off. There we go. So as you can see, Rayman is going faster than even the camera can keep up. I will have to steer right into this trigger, hopefully, and there we go. So this was basically how this works. I will try to keep the explanation as least technical as possible. Short explanation is yeet. Rayman just goes very far, very fast. But basically this is a 3D platformer and every 3D level has coordinates to every location basically. And every level also has a 0, 0, 0 coordinates. And when Rayman grabs a ledge, a hidden value is set, which makes him shoot relative from the 0 location. And that makes him go very fast for some reason when you perform a super jump. It's really cool. The reason why we didn't discover this sooner, it's a 20-year-old game. Why did we only discover this 5 months ago? It's because you will have to pull up from a ledge. You cannot grab a ledge and then jump. You will have to pull up and then you can't jump. You cannot strafe walk. You will have to pull up and then do nothing else. And pulling up on a ledge is much slower than pulling up on or grabbing a ledge and then jumping. The entire animation has to play and it loses you 1 second. So when speedrunning, you will just avoid pulling up on a ledge usually. But then we discovered that this can be happened. You can do this, go very fast this way. But yeah, it took us a long time to discover this. Because you just don't grab on a ledge and pull up. It's very slow. Except for this. But because it's very dependent on the 0 location of the map, it cannot be used in every level, sadly. I mean, you can use it, you will just go the wrong way. So it is unfortunate. There's a few areas where we can use it, but often it's not of use to us, sadly. So right now I will, after this cutscene, I will show you another trick. It's the glide walk. I will be using a glide walk to clip through a wall and skip a little bit of this level. But first we will have to defeat these hoodlums. These hoodlums are the enemies of this game. There's many of them. So here they come. There's 2 of them. That is 1 down and that is 2 down. I mean, that is 2 down. You don't have to kill both of them, but if you don't kill both of them, you sometimes get a weird soft lock. And I'd rather just kill both of them. It doesn't even lose time if you do it properly.
Thanks, Big Nose.
Sadly, I did not do it perfectly there, but I just did a glide walk right there. Forgot to mention it. If you didn't see it, I will do another glide walk here to get out of bounds. It's kind of a scary one because you're right on the edge of the abyss. I don't fall in the abyss, thankfully. So that was basically all the glitches used in this level. Right now, there's gonna be this gate cutscene. I will get these power-up cans. These power-up cans you see, you miss the entire explanation of these power-up cans because I skipped them with glitches. Basically, these hoodlum have combat fatigues. There are 5 different colors. The green one gives me a tornado vortex, and the red one we've got here for the first time will give us superpowered fists, which basically make Rayman do 2 times as much damage, and also will break him through gates with his fists. The gates we just saw, and we'll go through right here. So you may be thinking, can't you skip this entire section with some super jumps or something? Well, sadly we can't. They kind of made this section sequence break proof. You have to do everything in order. I just missed the Hoodlum, very nice. You have to do everything in order, otherwise the loading zone will not be active. So sadly we cannot skip a lot there. So here Globox. Globox swallowed Andre, the main villain of this game. You missed it as well. I skipped that cutscene as well. A lot of things have been skipped. But Globox swallowed the main antagonist, a small hoodlum. Which can... these hoodlums are basically sort of small fly guys. And they can turn into these scarecrow guys with guns. which is basically, yeah, that's the main enemies of this game. And Glowbox swallows their boss, which is funny. Now Glowbox, our friend, is carrying the main villain in his stomach with him all time. And this guy is forcing him to drink plum juice on occasions. So here we actually have our second horizontal super jump coming up. I think there's gonna be around 5 or so in this entire run, if I get all of them at least. So let's enjoy them while they last. Let's grab this ledge actually, very important. So I grab the ledge, pull up, and then not walk off. I want to do the trick actually. So I pull up, and I fail it again, very nice. Meanwhile, these guys are shooting at me. Thank God their aim is very poorly. But here we go, we yeet through the air again. I went a little bit too far, but that is fine. We can hover the last bit. So there we go. That is that entire level skipped. So here we will get our the orange can for the very first time. And we will skip it. We actually will not use the orange can until the very end of the run. It's kind of unfortunate because it's a pretty cool power-up. But you will not be seeing it that much. I think only twice, best case scenario. There we go, we clip through that wall with a glide walk again. Here we watch this cutscene. We can skip this cutscene with a very janky super jump. I really don't want to go for it in runs because it only saves 4 seconds. And it's very, very janky. So here we get a blue can. It gives me grappling hooks and will allow me to grab onto hooks like that. This is another horizontal super jump. Let's see if we can get it. Oh, that's just not high enough. That is unfortunate. It looks very good, but it was slightly too low. Whatever, we'll do normal strats then. This is one of those tricks you try once, and when you don't get it, you just move on and do backup strats. But this super jump can be annoying sometimes. Let's see if it's annoying today. Don't fall here, please, Rayman. Okay, it's not annoying. Very nice. So as you can see, this game has a ton of glitches that we speedrunners love to abuse. I think we've seen most of them already. A few are still left to check off. We will get our first boss fight of the game, which we will gladly skip. I will do a roll again here to into the geometry to skip it, but instead of buffering it and changing my angle that way, I will just use this cage for lineup and roll into the geometry that way. There we go. Second try is not too bad. I think I have to go this direction. Yep, good direction. So far, we're not making any major mistakes. It's going very well. With this many glitches in a run, there's a lot of things that can go wrong. A lot of time losses you can get. Soft locks and even hard locks are not uncommon in this game. So we're looking very good so far. Hard locking is definitely the thing I'm most scared of. It's gonna be very unfortunate. I will have to alter for out of the game if it happens. But let's just try not to hard lock the game, shall we? So we're gonna do the second highway right now. You already saw this highway before when I was doing the horizontal super jump explanation. Basically, this is just an auto-scroller. The only thing I can do here is hold the jump button, which gives Rayman a small boost every time he finishes a platform. But basically, this is going to be a 2-minute auto-scroller, so if there's any announcements or donations, this is a perfect time for it.
Okay, people, looks like Mr. Host always forget to mute his mic. But well, we want to thank ESA for supporting this event and also for allowing us to stream on their channel. Remember that you can consider using your free monthly Prime Gaming subscription right here on the ESA channel. With that, you will get access to all the ESA emotes as well, several BSG emotes, and also you can get some support for both of these amazing events and communities. So, have you ever wanted to participate in a BSG event? Check out BSG Annual 2023. This week-long marathon will run from the 13th until the 19th of August. Submissions are open until April 2nd. More info about the event can be found on our website, bsgmarathon.com, and also with exclamation mark BSG 2023 with numbers in chat.
Alright, that sounds good to me. I'm definitely looking forward to the other BSG events. But right at the end of this highway, we will have our only glitch, real glitch, on the highways. It's a super jump. I don't know why it works, I just know what button to press. I'm gonna be honest on this one, guys. So... yeah, also after that, we will have our first instance of playable camera mode, which is gonna be giving us infinite power-up cans. Which, hold on, let me focus on it, because it's pretty precise timing. I get it, very nice. Not getting this would have to make me do a backup, and not failing the backup lose me 30 seconds, because I would have to fight a boss or either reload, watching a 30-second cutscene. But with this, basically the game thinks I'm taking a screenshot right now. But it also thinks I'm still playing in the game, which makes it give me infinite power-up cans. And why is it useful? Because this next power-up can is going to give us a helicopter power-up, which basically gives me the ability to fly very high all the time, basically, until I want to stop. Which is very useful if you want to skip stuff. So here we go. I can now basically hover in the air for as long as I want and not go down. Here I will not hold anything on my direction while dropping down here, so I clip through the ground. Now I like this. Now I can hover until the end of the level out of bounds. There we go. We're at the end level now, so I can exit out of playable camera mode. And just like that, the second boss fight is skipped. So playable camera mode is going to be used a few more times in this run. It's mostly only useful for levels with a yellow power-up can, because that just gives us infinite flying and is very useful for going out of bounds and such. The other power-up cans don't really have a use for this. Or, well, very niche uses maybe. Not for speedrunning that much, at least. So this trick that's coming up is very, very jank. This is one of those tricks you either get it first try or 20th try. So let's see what it's gonna be today. It's not first try, so that doesn't bode very well. So yeah, it's just this janky bridge roll. Oh, is that high enough? Please tell me that's high enough. Alright, third try is not too bad, not too bad. Could have been way worse, honestly. So we will be flying through Bog of Murk. This is the swamp level. There are just, those are the muggy bogs, or the buggy mugs. I forgot what they're called, honestly. I'm sorry for everyone, every Rayman fan, I'm sorry I forgot what these called. So here I do a roll to skip this area. This only saves a few seconds, it's not a big skip. But any time save I'll take, of course. So here you can also do a horizontal super jump. It's just a little bit inconsistent, so I don't go for it. It's better, it doesn't even save that much time. So I'm better off just doing this roll right here. It's a kind of a scary roll because all these enemies will be shooting at me. And my health bar is not that big. I'm already at only 1 HP right now. Oh, come on. Now I'm really at 1 HP. Okay, that is unfortunate. That is our first game over. That is not good. Dying in this game is not very fast. So it is unfortunate that just happened. So I will have to restart from the beginning of the level and do all of this again. But it happens, you know, it happens. We're going very well. That is our first big screw up. So I can't really complain, right? So let's see, let's try that again. And this time, let's not screw up, hopefully. There we go, first try. Of course I get it first try right now. So in some instances I can mesh jump at the beginning of levels to have Rayman land faster and that way have level beginning cutscenes end faster like that. So there we go, that's a 1 second time save. This will look very cool if I do it very fast, otherwise it's not gonna look very cool. There we go, just like that I do a roll. And this level is kind of weird. There's Bog of Murk 3 and Bog of Murk 4 are layered on top of each other. The developers probably had plans to make these levels into just one level, but they decided to split them up, but they still left the part of the other level in it. And there's kind of swamp water layered on top of this level, which we can abuse to swim through and get to the end of the level. You will, I'll take a sip to a small quick sip of my drink. Stay hydrated, guys. Something stuck in my throat as well, very annoying. But we just entered Razor's mansion. This is a boss fight, he has 2 phases. We will be skipping one of them. Hopefully, this is the biggest chance of a hard lock as well, so hopefully I don't screw this up. Let's see. I want to do a moon jump, by the way. This is a new trick. A moon jump to get over this wall. And then land right in this hallway, which usually is only accessible after defeating the boss, but we skipped that entire part. Now we go to the second phase of Razor's. Did I call him Reflux just now? His name is Razov, not Reflux, I'm sorry. But he basically does a Miley Cyrus imitation. Or did Miley Cyrus do a Razov imitation? Honestly, I can't tell. Probably the one inspired the other. I'm pretty sure. Oh, we get a good can spawn. You have 6 different spots to can spawn right here. 2 are really bad, 2 are average, and this one is really good. Maybe my favorite can spot. So we're very lucky. You can lose 30 seconds if you get really unlucky. Because as you can see, he's trying to go for my can right now and destroy it. But if I hit him off before he destroys it, we're all good. But if I get a standard can, his invincibility frames last too long and he will destroy the can before I can stop it. Oops, I was a little bit too fast there. Alright, so we get PCM again. And we will be abusing some turtles. You'll be kicking him around to grab a ledge. I'm sorry, turtle, but it's for the greater good. I saw in the marathon earlier today, people were talking about saving the animals. I'm sorry to those people, we're not going to be saving animals. So, this turtle right here, he's my victim. I need you to be over here, so I can jump on you and grab the sledge. Now I will free this teensy, he will give me a yellow can, and I can use the yellow can to fly to the end of the level.
I have to go powder my nose.
Alright, there we go. Let's not get stuck. There we go. Also, one thing that is very important when speedrunning this game. Walking is always faster than hovering, so I will be covering as much area by ground as possible. So right here, instead of flying, I will be walking because it's slightly faster than flying or hovering. But just like that, the level is skipped. So if you can't tell, this entire game is one big skip fest. Right here we will have another trick, which we will use only once in the entire run. Because it involves water. It's a first person dive. It is very similar to a super jump, but instead of going up, we will be going down through the water and swim out of bounds. Just like that. And now we can basically swim to the end of the level, out of bounds. The game thinks I'm in the water because I entered in the water, but if I jump right now, I will softlock the game because there's no water to land in again and I will not be swimming. So there we go. Whoops. Here, this can be done in no magic glitches as well. Jumping on this piggy and grabbing this ledge. Can skip a nice fight even without actual glitches. This is just an unintended ledge grab. Here I will try to perform gate skip. It's basically I will walk during this cutscene by holding strafe. And this hoodlum on this gate right here, he will want to hit this lever to close the gate because he sees Rayman. But then he actually sees Rayman, he aggroes onto Rayman, and he will not close the he will not hit the lever to close the gate. So that is a very nice skip. This, if you're not using the gate skip, this is the longest level in the entire game, but now this is the shortest, or one of the shortest, if not the shortest level in the game. So that is very nice. That is not doing glitches there, well, not doing actual, doing the intended way would take like 6 minutes, 5 minutes, but now it took 20 seconds. Here I want to clip through this. I want to grip to the ground here and land in the water out of bounds. Usually I want to do it before this cutscene plays, but if you're slow and don't get it very fast, you will have to see the cutscene. So it's a bit janky, this one. There we go, now we're out of bounds. And we can swim to the end. We skipped the water boss, Kalosh, or Salosh, I don't know how to pronounce it. It's a French name, I think. And my French is terrible. Probably that was not a good pronunciation either, but this is the arena I would fight the boss in normally. It's a pretty cool arena in my opinion. I really like this entire world actually. It's a very cool world. But this boss fight, if you're speedrunning, is very annoying to fight. So I'm glad we can skip him. Alright. We land here because walking again is faster than swimming. So we usually you want to be swimming here, but Rayman isn't put in swimming animation, underwater swimming animation. So we're just walking underwater. Now we swim this last bit. We can jump on these platforms as well, but jumping back and forth is slower than just swimming in a straight line. And right here the game intends us to use the orange power-up can. We actually used it once, I forgot to mention it, but that was the only one time we were gonna use it. But we just jump in that corner right there and we clip through the wall and we can just kill them with our fist, these hoodlums, instead of with the orange cannon, which is much faster. And now we will have the third and final highway. These rooms, by the way, these might look similar. This is the third time we enter a room like this. These are the doctor's offices. And here, Globok basically meets up with the doctors to help him free Andre from his stomach. Because having an evil hoodlum in your stomach is not very good for your health, I would assume. So we go from doctor to doctor, and every time they're like, yeah, I can't really help you. They use Globok as the musical instrument. This game it's kind of a funny game, so a lot of comedy in it. If it's good comedy, well, that's for you to decide, but I think it's funny. So we're going from doctor to doctor to try to cure Globok. So far, no luck. So we will be going to the desert of the Knarren. If you play this game as a kid, like I did, this level is gonna be absolutely scary. But this is again a pretty long auto-scroller, so if there's any announcements or such, now is the perfect time for it again.
Alright, just I wanna plug that we got a 15 euro donation by Ramone, who says, Rayman is amazing. What is Rayman for, Ubisoft? Shoutouts to the Rayman community.
Yeah, Rayman 4, we've been waiting on that for so long. Even we skipped the famous Murphy line. I forgot to mention that. It's actually a very funny name for that one trick I did at the beginning of the run. The first horizontal super jump. We call that the Rayman 4 skip. Because in that we skip a cutscene with that basically has the famous line from Murphy, which says, "See you in Rayman 4, the biggest scam of all time." We skip that cutscene now, so we will never hear that famous quote again. And that is why it's called Rayman 4 skip. So even, not only Ubisoft is skipping Rayman 4, even we are skipping Rayman 4, the speedrunners. It's kind of sad, actually. But thanks a lot for the donation, we really appreciate it, of course.
Keeping Rayman 4? Well, if you think about that, there's technically a Rayman 4 game, but I know that you don't wanna hear me, well, listen to me and mention it, so I'm just gonna get quiet.
Yeah, I'm just not gonna hope you were gonna say what I think you were gonna say. Okay, so this trick that's coming up right now is a little bit scary. I will be doing a moon jump and then right after a glide walk. And if I don't do it well, I will be on hot lava, which will kill me in 3 ticks. So if I mess this up, it's gonna be a bad time. But we'll see. Did I press it? Okay, let me double check. I need to press a button I just pressed. And alright, we're doing a good glide walk here. We clip out of bounds. And we hover out of... Can I see, please? Oh, that is scary. We hover out of bounds right here to this one bone tree, plant thing, whatever you want to call it. This is our visual cue. For this, you want to fly straight to this one. I hope it's this one, actually. If it's not this one, I messed up. And we're gonna be redoing this level, I guess. But I also had to drop a lot more out of bounds to fix the camera than I wanted. So hopefully we are still high enough. If not, well, we're gonna do this one more time. This is approximately a 40 seconds over. It's not that bad, and it will skip a 3-minute level. So definitely it's worth it. I will also be punching here like this. First of all, to keep checking if my angle is good. And also you can see the Rayman silhouette right now. And once the silhouette disappears, it means we're close, just like that. Okay, we're still high enough, thankfully. So we don't have to redo this. It is very, very good for a speedrun. If you're speedrunning, usually you do not want to be redoing levels all the time. So this used to be a pretty scary level because I want to do a moon jump and then I grab a ledge. And if I grab a ledge, moon jumps don't work because Rayman is in a ledge grab state for some reason. Whoops, that is not what I want to do. But I actually, like 2 days ago, I found a backup for that, so it should be good, even if I fail now. There we go, I don't fail though, that's very nice. So here I will use his cage to set up my angle and do a roll here. And hopefully go high. There we go. You could also break the cage. The teams will spawn a yellow can and then you can fly up there. It will be like 10 seconds slower. It's not that big of a deal to not skip that cage. But this works fine as well. So 10-second time save, I'll take it. So this is gonna be very scary. We'll be seeing the Knarren very close. I will be glide walking over them. And it's very scary because we're just barely gonna clear them. Their hitbox is much bigger, at least that group is a very big hitbox. So it's kind of hard to get over them. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, this is not good. How did that hit me? I don't get it. I'm just gonna... I'm low on health as well now. Should be good, actually. Well, that is unfortunate. I thought we were good, but somehow that Knarren right there hit me. But whatever, we're doing this the casual way now, kinda. So yeah, this is how you're intended to do it. You see both ways now, how you can glitch shit and how you're supposed to be doing it. I need his help right here because I will get myself bonked by this Knarren right here. I will trigger this TNC cutscene and I can use that to activate PCM. That was very messy how I did that, but it works out. So now I have again the infinite power-up cans, which I can use to skip a big chunk of the level. So once I'm high enough, I will cancel the PCM. So I will just hover the last part. So I can walk this last part, since walking is again faster than hovering. So that is almost half of the desert of the Knarren done. We're nearing the halfway point of the run. They have a... actually the guy we will face at the end of the run, we will also face in this world. If I can do this moon jump, right there, let's go. So we will have to do a super jump here again. Surprise, surprise. We're gonna be glitching through this level like usual. Again, almost every level in this game has some sort of way to glitch it. If I could not bonk, that would be really great. This is not what I want. As long as we're not falling down, we should be good, actually. So there we go, get to the max height. And now we hover to this one slanted pipe. And usually you land on it from the top. You stand on that platform, the platform breaks, you fall into this hole, triggering the level end. But we are landing into the cutscene an unintended way, which will sometimes make it laggy. Let's see. Will we get the laggy cutscene? It's kind of 50-50. And it doesn't save any time. We don't get a laggy cutscene, unfortunately. Run is invalid. Not just kidding. It's not that big of a deal. It's just a funny showcase. Would have been if it was laggy. But again, it's kind of 50-50 and it doesn't lose or save time. It's just a fun gimmick of speedrunning this game. So now we have this is the main guy, Reflux, the boss fight. We're gonna fighting. He is kind of scary. As a kid, I was so scared of him. But let's see if we can fight him as an adult and professional speedrunner, trademark. This fight actually is pretty interesting. There are many phases and cycles you can get, but if you're fast you will get only a certain cycle where he's very vulnerable and we will be able to kill him quick. But for that you will need to do enough damage, especially at the first phase. Or well, the first cycle, I guess, whatever you want to call it. But this is basically the king, that small little guy, that sounds like Toad. He's the king of all of these big scary guys. Don't ask me how that works, but these Knarren guys they're interesting. They're interesting and immortal. All of these Knarren enemies, they were unkillable, we've seen in the run. But this guy, because he's holding a stick, we can actually damage him. So what we can learn from this is that when Knarren are holding a stick, they can be damaged. So I don't know why he's holding a stick, if that makes him vulnerable, but yeah. Would not be fun if this boss was unbeatable for this game. So I want to be very close to him. And walk right and damage him, just like that. That was not the best damage, I will be honest. This is gonna be important. I don't know. Okay, that was enough damage at least. So I will bump into him when he's doing this Beyblade Spinneroo attack. And that way he will go out of that Beyblade Spinneroo attack very fast. I could also run away from him, but that would take like 10 seconds or even longer. So it's best to take damage from him, like this. He instantly goes out of it. So just now he did a meteor shower. I want to grab health during this meteor shower because I'm taking damage and my health bar is not that big. If I don't grab health, it's very likely that I will game over. And as we learned in Bulk of Merc, game overing is pretty slow. So let's finish him off. Get a perfect cycle actually. Perfect damage, I hope. That was very clean. Let's go. So this was basically the halfway mark. We will be seeing this guy again in the final boss, which hopefully will be very soon. Okay, so again, we will get a cinematic now. This is a cutscene. These are not skippable, but a cinematic is skippable, and for that I have to hold the ESC keys. Not the escape key, but the literal ESC keys. Funny programming, Rayman community, or Rayman developers. Here I will be doing a damage boost. First time I've run actually, I will jump here to trigger the Hoodlum faster. Hopefully, I mess up, I think. It's not that bad. So I jump to get this bullet there. Hopefully. Alright, there we go. And let's do it one more time in case you didn't see it. I jump here and jump into the bullet and then can jump mid-air again. And just like that, we skip a... This was the Grimace tutorial, by the way. We just obtained a new ability, the Grimace ability. We can turn black lumps back into red lumps. Which is basically how we can get more health. But we will only be using this at the end of the run to turn Andre back into... Andre is the main villain, by the way. Into a red lump. So, cool power, we will not be using it. But still, we just got a new power. So here I will be doing a roll to get over this gate. Since getting the red can is kind of slower. Not that much, but it is kind of slower. If we get this roll first try at least. There we go, that is not too bad. We land behind the gates. And we do a damage boost here. To grab this ledge right here. So we position ourselves here. Jump into this bomb. And just like that we grab this ledge. And we can walk through this guy because he's unloaded. You can only visually see him, he's unloaded, we can just walk through him. And now we get the doctor's office with the buttons. And you might want to hit the buttons as soon as possible, but it's actually faster to first hit the top right button, which is further away. But that will manipulate the Hoodlums walking here, like this. And will kill them very fast. So you might instinctively want to press one of the bottom buttons first. But it's definitely faster to hit the top one first. Now we go into the longest shortcut. Andre has just been freed out of Globox's stomach. So Globox is free now. But this level is actually... there are no enemies this level. It's completely platforming. But it doesn't matter anyways because we will be skipping all of it. This exact level, longest shortcut 1. I would say that this is the hardest and most precise trick in PC running. We need a very precise angle for this, but luckily the angle we have at the start of the level is perfect for it. So I will just be holding strafe to lock in my angle. I will position myself like this. And I don't get it first try. Let's hope our angle didn't get messed up. My angle may have been messed up, which is gonna be unfortunate. Let's see. Alright, that works. Nice. Still works. This is one of the levels you can really mess up here and be stuck for a long time. Especially for a beginner. When I started running this game, this room was the worst. This level was the worst. I still have PTSD from it. But we got out of it fairly quickly, which is nice. This room has a very similar layout, but the big difference is there is no ceiling. No collision on the ceiling, so we can just do a roll instead. Like this. We'll drop a bit and then hover. Land on this ledge here and do a roll from it. By the way, I haven't mentioned, but you may have noticed me rolling off of ledges, which gives Rayman a small boost. Rolling is kind of slower when you do a full roll. If the full roll animation plays, it is kind of slower than walking. Not by much, I think. I don't know how much slower it is. I just know that it is slower. But if you roll off a ledge, the roll animation will be cancelled midway, which gives Rayman a small boost. Here I do a glide walk again to clip out of bounds. If I can do it well, like that. There we go. And here is a wall, but this wall is a fake wall. We can just go through it. Like this. Did I drop too much? Okay, I didn't drop too much. Barely close though. I almost dropped too much. But I will go to the most loved levels by speedrunners. We call this level RNG boats. Hold on, let me get a sip. Stay hydrated again. But this level there are...
really quick.
Of course, of course.
Okay, this is a really quick donation. $3 from Retrograde, who says, "Thanks for not killing the Photocrocs."
Yeah. I know Retrograde. She's pretty great. And the Photocrocs is kind of a meme. These are enemies right in the Live or Dead one. And she really doesn't like when they're killed. I don't know why, but I don't kill her. I don't kill them, the Photocrocs. I also don't kill Retrograde, so don't worry. But yeah, that's kind of a meme. But this is RNG boat. There are 4 cannons on this boat. 2 on the right, or 2 on the sides, 1 in the front and 1 in the back. There are 3 boats going to be spawning on the sides, or hopefully on the sides. Because the first 3 will be RNG, and these will be very important for the run. Because, okay, there we go. We didn't get a single back boat, because if they spawn in the front or the sides, we can hit them very quickly. Because these cannons are all very close to each other. But if they spawn in the back, I will have to walk to them. And there can be 2 total at the beginning, I will have to walk to. And that will lose me 30 seconds or 15 seconds for each back boat, approximately, give or take. So it's potentially a 30 seconds time loss just by getting unlucky pretty late into the run. It is pretty unfortunate if it happens to you on a good pace run and you lose 30 seconds like that. We actually had a very good start here, so I'm pretty happy about that. But yeah, basically I will now be hitting these cannons for 2 minutes straight. It's a very fun level. Not only can it lose me a lot of time for getting unlucky, it's also very boring to play. And it can also cramp your hands, because I will be spamming the shoot button all this time to hit these cannons. But yeah, sadly we cannot skip this. If we could skip this, believe me, we would skip this. Unfortunately, no luck so far in these 20 years to find a way to skip this. As you can see in the radar and in the left screen, right above the health bars, there's a radar, and it shows that we have 2 boats at the back, 2 enemies at the back of the boat. And I will be killing them at the end, because it's very slow to walk to them all of the time. So they will have to wait before they get the turn to be bombarded by cannonballs. Yeah, it's a very fun part of the level. Is there any announcement still? Then this is a perfect moment. Otherwise I'll keep on rambling, also fine.
Just want to make a quick shout out to ESA Speedrunner Assembly, the ESA, because I want to thank them for supporting this event and also for allowing us to stream this amazing marathon on the channel. You can consider using your free monthly Prime Gaming subscription right here on the ESA channel. But you will get access to all ESA emotes, as well as several BSG ones, and you will get also an amazing support for both events.
Alright, so we just finished the RNG boat level. We got very good RNG, so we're kind of happy about that. I got too many points though. Basically, I also forgot to mention this. But hold on, let me get PCM here again. I miss PCM. So PCM, I don't know if I completely explained it, how PCM works. But at the beginning of a level, I can hit the camera mode button right before the level loading screen disappears. It's kind of a precise timing. It is not frame perfect, but it is only a few frames you can hit it on, so it's kind of precise. And the fun thing is, loads are just as any PC game, with, which is hardware dependent. The loads are inconsistent and different on each PC. So you can't really, in a tutorial or anything, you can't really say then you have to hit it. You'll kind of have to figure it out on your own, which is very fun. I'm slow here. Very cool. Usually if you're faster, you can kill this guy with the red can, which is faster. You take a small time loss here. But yeah, because I don't have PCM now, I will have to do backup strats. But thankfully we have backup strats, because otherwise I would have to reload and rewatch that one cutscene we just saw, which would lose me approximately 25 seconds. But thankfully we have backup strats, which are only 5 seconds slower. which is much better than a 25-second time loss. This level is very annoying, because if you go out of bounds too far, ever so slightly, the entire level will pretty much deload, which is not fun. It's gonna be a soft lock if it happens, so I'm gonna try not to stray too far out of bounds. So we're basically confined to the inbounds for almost this entire level, which is unfortunate, but this level is weird, don't know why. Whoops, I want to grab the ledge, please. Or this works fine as well. Oh, I messed up. I kind of wanted to manipulate that one factor that also influences horizontal super jumps. I'm not gonna go for this horizontal super jump, because this one goes slightly out of bounds and only saves a little bit of time. And if I go too far out of bounds, I will have to do this entire level, which is not very fun. So I just play it safe and take a small time loss. I will do a weird horizontal super jump here, and a damage boost here to get up on this ledge. And that's basically this level. Now we will get a very cool snowboarding section with very good music. But first we will have to kill this little guy, which is protected by Sorcerer. If we hit the Sorcerer, we have a small window to hit this guy, so he is not protected anymore. I think that is the first time we saw the Sorcerer in this game. If you're playing this casually, you will have fought a few Sorcerers already. Okay, that was nice, getting stuck on that ledge. Yeah, this is just take the best line with the snowboards and catch on to the music. It's kind of an auto-scroller, but not completely. You can be forwards, you can be backwards, it doesn't matter for speed. What it does matter for is at the end of this level, we will have what is called the funny noise. It doesn't save any time, but as you may have guessed, it's a funny noise. So I will be backwards for it. Also, I have to, as Globox is saying, I will have to reach the bottom before him. If I lose to Globox here, which I thankfully never do, I will have to redo this level. Because the goal of this snowboarding section is to beat Globox, which is not too hard, fortunately. But the music here is very cool. This entire game has a very cool soundtrack in my opinion. A lot of jam moments. Yeah, we're gonna be entering the Hoodlum headquarters right now. And Hoodlum headquarters is has a level which I call the split. In my live split is called the Run Graveyard. It is not the hardest trick in the game, but it's the jankiest trick in the game. Sometimes you can just be stuck on it, but if I turn around right here, we will get the funny noise. It's a funny noise. Has no purpose, but it's funny. Yeah, the one janky trick, it can be very annoying. Sometimes you only get it like in a minute, but sometimes you get it first try. Knowing marathons, I will not get it first try right. That's why my estimate is not my PB right. That's why we have estimates with leeway. Let's see, this is not the hard trick, by the way. This was just a normal trick. Here I will hover out of bounds. You can actually, it's faster to land here and do a few more tricks. Am I high enough actually? I'm not high enough. Whoops. So I will have to do a jump over this cutscene right here. And I don't jump over the trigger. So we will have to watch this cutscene and lose a little bit of time. Globox falls for a very obvious trap here. He's not too smart. Yeah. Right here I will do the moon bounce again, which you saw in Fairy Console 4. I don't think I mentioned it. Oh, this is high enough, right? It is high enough. Yeah, that's a trick that is only used twice in the entire run, I think. So I don't think I explained it actually. But right now we will do that one janky trick I just mentioned. Let's see if it's gonna be nice. Come on, Rayman. Like, not only is the trick janky, you also have a ton of enemies shooting at you, which is not helping. This guy was stepping forward, it's just messing up my angle, so I will have to kill him. There we go, we get it. Not too bad, honestly. And now we hover to the end. The alternative to this strat is doing a even harder strat, which is not... It's a worse strat. This is the best strat for sure, even though it's very janky. And you can also play it casually, which lose you around 30 seconds, I think. Not too sure, but it's definitely a considerable chunk of time. So if you want a competitive speedrun time, you will have to go for that janky trick. Right, alright. Let's make sure to go over this. Alright, there we go. Landing in this room without going over this gate would be a soft lock. I would have to reload. I would have to do that stupid janky trick again. But this is actually a pretty cool level. Pretty hard as well. I will try to do the final horizontal super jump of the entire game. If I can get up there at least. But this is, I'm not expecting to get this horizontal super jump. It's kind of janky, but I always go for it anyways. It's a 15-second time if I get it. But if I don't get it, I have a ton of backups for every possible way I can fail this this level. So let's see what happens. Okay, I walk off here. That is not what I wanted to do. We don't get a horizontal super jump. I pressed the button too late. So I'll have to do a roll here to get back up again. If I can do that. Oh, come on, Rayman. I want you to go up, please. There we go. Took me a few tries, but we're up here now. Here we do another roll. And right here we will do another roll. If I can execute this one properly. Hello? Rayman, please go up. This is actually a fairly new roll. But we get it now. Let's go. Now we hover around this wall and land in the level end trigger, just like that. Make sure not to land out of bounds here, but triggering the level, that will be a hard lock and will lose you a lot of time. Warning, incorrect Rayman initial position, please correct it ASAP. I agree, let's change the correct position of Rayman as soon as possible. I can do a trick here, actually let's just go for it, why not, right? I don't get high enough. If I did that well, I would go very high and I would skip a small chunk. It would only be a full second time save. And if I fall down, I would lose a bit more time. I just felt like going for it, but it didn't get it sadly. So I'll have to do this strat to get out of bounds now. And now hover to this end. This is basically, we call this the RNG machine. So literally has a wheel of fortune on the side, which will decide which enemy you get. Some enemies will be slow, some enemies will be fast. But it is the fastest to just skip the entire thing. This is a rising lava section. I will try to do a super jump here as well, but if I don't get it first try, I will probably not get a second try and definitely not a third try. I get it though, first try, very nice. If I don't get it first try, the lava will rise and I will not have... Well, the ledge I want to super jump from will not be below the lava or above the lava anymore. Making me have to do this casually. But thankfully we get it, very nice. So now we just platform all the way to the top here. Ouch. You want to avoid those rocks, which I didn't avoid. It's not a big deal. Alright, that is Hoodlum headquarters done. Now we enter the final world actually. We have 2 more platforming levels left, then we have a flying level, and then we have the final boss. So this level, you can definitely mess up here big time. But let's see. Right here I will be doing a ledge grab to skip the entire level. They placed this ledge right here, slightly too low, so you can just grab it from the ground. It's very fun, because it basically, this ledge grab allows you to skip almost the entire level. So it's very good that they placed that ledge slightly too low. Very good game design. You're even allowed to skip this entire level basically in the no major glitches category. Ooh, this is kind of... I think I'm kind of low now. But we should still be able to make it, hopefully. Uh-oh. I am not able to make it. That is unfortunate. So I will have to walk a little bit back. And get it back up. Usually this trick I'm gonna do now is only done in the all teensies category. It's conveniently right next to a teensy right here. I will not be freeing this guy, sorry my little friends, but this is a very janky trick as well. So I don't like that I have to do this back up. So we boing, and hopefully we will clip through the ceiling anytime soon now. I will have to keep mashing the entire triangle, or the triangle button in my case, on my PS5 controller. until I'm out of bounds here. Sometimes you get it first try, sometimes it takes a few bonks. Yeah, it's very fast to get out of bounds this way in all TNCs. But it is unfortunate that we have to do it in any percent. Just like this, we're out of bounds. We will hover a little bit here. And let's hover a little bit more, actually. Okay, there we go. Yeah, this probably lost me a lot of time. If I was on any pace to get PB, it's probably dead now. But that is alright. It's a marathon run, not a world record run, I'd say. So here we will get our last PCM in the last platforming level. The last platforming level will just be one straight line flying up. I get it first try, very nice. If I don't get PCM first try here, I will have to reload the level, and on every reload I would lose 6 seconds. Which is not too bad, but I'd rather get the first try, of course. So here I will use a roll again to get back up on this yellow can. If I can do it. It's kind of hard to see with this message in the way, but we get it now, third try. So here I will do a funny clip, actually. I will fly right between these two things, like this, and I will land on this platform. Then I will squish, climb on this, and then clip out of bounds. And now I'm out of bounds and can just fly the remainder of this section. So I'll be flying up for a while now. If there's any announcements, it's going to be one of the last chances, I think, for the final boss. So I'd say take it if there's anything.
Okay, I want to remind everybody that you can stay updated with our events by following us on Twitter and Instagram under the handle BSG Marathon. Get a behind the scenes look of the event and stay up to date with the latest news of our marathons, events, and more. And if you missed and speedrun or want to check out our previous even speedruns as well, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/bsgmarathon, and you can check all our bots from all the past events we have here at BSG Marathon.
Alright. So right here, this is the last platforming level done. We'll get a flying section right now. Globox we are finally reunited with Globox right now. Hopefully he knows how to brake. Let's see.
Rayman! Look
There he is in his flying craft. Oh, he can't find the brakes. Oh, and he's dead. Oh no.
Are you okay?
Oh, there he is. Never mind. He's all good. I was kind of scared the run died because Globox crashed. But we're all good. So here we fly through this level. This level has 2 shooting sections like this one. You can kill these guys. Let's see if I have good aim. Let's see, I've been practicing my aim very well recently. Let's see if it paid off. Oh no, I'm missing him. Well, thank God you don't need to kill these guys. Letting them shoot you is all fine. You have enough health. Because we will be skipping the second shooting section. Which is very nice. Because this one is a relatively short shooting section. But the second shooting section is going to be very, very long. Okay, just stop shooting. I can kill them. It doesn't really matter at all. But yeah, I will be clipping through the water in a second. Water mechanics. I don't know why they put water there and gave it water mechanics. It doesn't make sense. But yeah, if I bonk into a wall here, I will bonk and take damage. But if it's water, I will not take damage. And if I approach the water from a good angle, I will be able to fly right through it. Skipping the 2-minute flying section, or the 2-minute shooting section, which is very nice. Just like that, we're out of it. And now we fly to the end of the level. This trick is called the cold skip. I don't know if the cold skip comes from Call of Duty, because it's a long shooting section, and Call of Duty is a shooter. Or maybe it's the fish caught, because we clip through water. I honestly don't know which is the correct origin of the naming of the skip. But now we enter the Tower of the Leptis, or well, actually that is basically this entire world, but this is the pinnacle of the Leptis, I guess. And here we will be fighting Reflux again, which we fought in the Desert of the Canaran as well. But now he has teamed up with Andre, the main boss guy of the Hoodlums. And he's a little bit, well, I wouldn't say he got prettier, let's say it like that. But this boss fight will have 4 phases, of which 3 phases will be on this level. If we game over at any point, if I were to game over in the 3rd phase, I would have to redo everything. But thankfully that would never happen, right? Right? Yeah, this first phase, he puts up a shield. And he will shoot bullets at me. I will position myself in the red can. And once his shield breaks, I will grab the red can. Just like that. And now I will jump into him. Keep spamming, and just like that, you can do a lot of damage. As long as I have invincibility frames, he will not be spawning lightnings, which will be slow to avoid. Oh, I feel the shield break. If you hit him as he puts up his shields, you can break his shield animation. And you don't have to do this again. Sadly, I don't pull it off. But that is okay. It only loses me around 10 seconds. Alright, at least we got a 2-cycle right. If he puts up a shield for the second time, that is gonna be slow, for sure. But right now he puts up his scepter into his back, and that turns him into a giant monster. As if he wasn't big and scary enough, now he's even more scarier. So now we will be running around him, grabbing other cans. He will be slapping us to the sides the entire time. It would be better if you slapped me the other way. I would use that as a boost. I will have to avoid him if he slaps that way. You can also punch the ground like that. If he punches the ground, I want to be in the air so I don't get launched upwards, which would be slow. We aren't getting any good slaps. Oh, there we go. This is kind of a bad timing. I will just avoid this one. Oh, this is kind of bad. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Am I gonna choke the 2-cycle? I think I choked the 2-cycle. I don't know what happened there. Reflux was very slow with turning around. Usually you want to grab the red can. Grabbing it right now doesn't matter. I will have to grab the blue can first. But yeah, that's a very sad time loss. I will not be able to 2-cycle him now. If you do this well, you will be able to do around half of his damage. But Reflux was very slow with putting his hand down just now. I wasn't paying attention. If I was paying attention, I would have known this. Usually he doesn't do that at all, but that's what happens when you're not very focused, I guess. But that's okay, we'll just do this a third time, I guess. So usually you can just jump right into his arm. But sadly we couldn't just now. Yeah, if I did it properly, we would have done the entire damage right now. But sadly, I am not good. So we lose a minute to this, sadly. It's very devastating if you fail this. If you're good at the game, you should always get this. But if you make a mistake or are a new player, you might struggle with this. And it will lose around, I think, 40 seconds, 50 seconds, if not a minute. So yeah, final boss fight, getting the cycles can be hard sometimes. And failing is a big time loss right at the end of the run. So that is very unfortunate. But it happens. It happens. This run was very good, so I'm not... I think it should be good on estimate. I don't have the timer up, but I really would be surprised if this run goes over estimate. Now we enter the third phase. This will be a very straightforward fly up. There's gonna be a big pit below us, and if I fall in this pit, it's an instant game over. But thankfully, it's not very easy. It's very easy to avoid falling into this pit if you know what you're doing. So here we go. Yellow can, yellow can, yellow can. If you are thinking yellow cans, that means PCM, right? Playable camera mode. Well, you could do that. You would save 10 seconds or so. But it would also mean that you will have to do this entire boss fight with the PCM camera, and that is not a very good time, honestly. Good luck fighting this entire boss fight. It is doable. I've done it in practice a few times. But it definitely is not easy, so I prefer to do it without PCM and take a 10-second time loss. So here we get the rocket power up again. This is the second time we got it in a run, but we cannot actually steer the rocket. So that is unfortunate. But now we finish the first phase. Now we go into the final phase. Reflux grows wings. Rayman taunts Reflux, but Reflux isn't done yet. He can still fly. He's a tough guy, he can take a lot of hits. Now we will be flying around. With Glowbox, he's gonna pick us up in a little bit. Alright, Glowbox isn't late this time. Glowbox is right on cue. And here we go into the final fight. Again, it is very important to hit a 2-cycle here. You will see in a bit how it would work, a 2-cycle. If I were to fail a 2-cycle here, I would lose 1.5 minutes. We're flying. I have the cannon here. The cannon has a lot more recoil, so it's more harder to control this. I want to break the shields, and I want to break it as soon as possible. That's the first shield broken. Now we'll put up a second shield, and I have to break it again. Hopefully I will be able to break it before he turns around. Okay, this is one time. Now we'll have to break it very fast, hopefully. I don't know. This was barely too fast or barely too slow? Barely too slow. Right now he's waiting to turn around. Because he can't charge at you like he's doing now. He can't do that while turning around, so he waits to turn around because he's too close to the corner. But that is okay. That's a small time loss, but it happens. It happens. So right now he will spawn some hoodlums on the ground. These hoodlums will walk towards him and replenish his health. I will be shooting at these hoodlums, and if I do enough damage to these hoodlums, if I kill enough of them, he will not have enough health to go into the 3rd cycle. So I will try to 2-cycle him. Let's see. These are, this is bad. This is not what you want to do. If you are flying through the air like that because you get hit, you will not be killing hoodlums, and you really want to kill as many as possible. This is not a good 1st cycle. It really is a bad 1st cycle. Getting a bad 1st cycle isn't that big of a deal. It only means that the 2nd cycle will be even harder to properly do. He has, usually I want to have him around half health remaining after the 1st cycle. Right now he has a lot more, or well, a lot more, a significant amount more than half. And it's gonna be hard to clutch this 2-cycle, honestly. But let's try anyways. It's still doable. I need to get kind of lucky. These spawns are completely RNG. Sometimes they're very far apart, and sometimes they're very close to each other. So we're gonna see what we will be getting. Can get a fast shield this time. Oh, that was fast. Let's go. I wasn't expecting to get a fast shield, but let's see. What RNG will we get? Will we get good RNG? Will I clutch the 2-cycle? Or will I miss the 2-cycle and lose 1.5 minutes? Because we will have to do this entire sequence one more time. Oh, they're very close in both sides. I think I'm gonna go... Okay, there was nothing there. That was a very bad shot. Let's try to make this work. I can make this work, maybe. Let's see. Let's focus up. No, that's bad. That looks good to me. It's gonna be close, but I think that was good. I think that might be a 2-cycle still. That looks like a 2-cycle to me. Let's go. And if it's not a 2-cycle, I miss it by 1 hoodlum. Which will mean we'll have to do the entire section again. For 1 little guy, but we'll see. 1 more shields, hopefully. Alright, not so fast shield, sadly. I'm bad at the game. No surprise there, but that is fast enough. That is a 2-cycle. Get ready to stop the timer. As soon as I turn Andre into a red lum again, the timer stops. So there goes Reflux. He's dead. Andre, that is Andre, our main villain. And right now we stop the timer. There we go, GG's. I'm pretty happy with this run. Went pretty well. Shoutouts to the entire Rayman community. If you're interested in learning this run or anything Rayman related for speedrunning, definitely join the Rayman speedrunning community Discord. It's a very nice community. What's my time?
It was 1 hour, 8 minutes, and 37 seconds.
Oh, nice. Not a bad run. Sub 110. Very happy with that low estimate. I'm not complaining at all.
Looks like we get a full night's sleep after
So,
all.
Rayman can go to sleep now. Very nice. I think I'll be doing the same soon. It's kind of getting late. Good luck to everyone else who will be running this game or running on BSG today and tonight.
Look at the red lumps.
And I think that wraps it up for me today.
I don't care. I want my Andy. I'm not sure that's
All right, thank you so much, Cobalt, for this amazing run, and from everybody who are enjoying this amazing marathon. We're gonna be switching right now to a quick intermission, so we can set up the next round, which is gonna be Sonic Colors Ultimate by Subaru. So please stay tuned.